Hello everyone, welcome to another ops session video on the Penn-Reading Industrial Division. My name is Joey, the owner of the railroad. Today we will be observing operations on VS-5, the Vine Street Yard job. Vine Street Yard is located in the center of town in Emma, Pennsylvania. The yard acts as storage for cars for the Emma Industrial District and the Emma branch line. Our switcher today is Pennsylvania Railroad number 9108 and Alco S2. In the 1930s and 1940s, the PRID operation leased both Pennsylvania Railroad and Reading locomotives. Looks like our crew received their paperwork. Let's look at our tasks for today. Alright, so looking at our switch list here, it's fairly simple. We have Pennsylvania Railroad Railway Express Agency, or RPO car, and that's going to go to the interchange track. Right now that's at the office, so we got to move that, right? Then we have track 1, which we need to organize. We have a depressed flat car, B&O 9003. That's a loaded flat car. That's going to go for the PR-3 on track 2. Then we have Pennsylvania Railroad 268, 132, and 137, which are loaded coal cars. And those are going to go on the EBL, which is the Emma Branch Local, and that's going to go on track 3. Then we have Pennsylvania Railroad 775, 490, loaded cable, and that's going to go for the PR-3 on track 2. And then we have for track 1 for the Emma Local, we're going to have New York Central 337768, a loaded car, gondola full of telephone poles, which will eventually go to that team track, that new industry which we made. And then also we have SSW, Cotton Belt, 49237, empty automotive car, automobile car, that's also going to go to the Valley Automotive Works. Then we have PSPX 16018, that's an empty water car that needs to be filled back in Philadelphia. That's going to go on the PR-3, which is also track 2. Now we have track 2, and on track 2 we have PQX 606, loaded oil. That's going to go from the Emma Local to Boreal Oil on track 1. And also TWQX 1368, that's loaded oil as well. Same for the Emma Local on track 1. And then again, these other two cars, we have Arkansas Valley 2557, empty furniture car or empty box car that's going to the Hummel Furniture. And also Pennsylvania Railroad 69056, an empty automobile car that needs to be filled and loaded from the Valley Automotive Works. That will also go for the Emma Local. Next we have track 3, which needs to be organized, and that's believe it or not, a C&W 1927. That's a empty cattle car. It was a bad ordered. It had to be set out in Emma, so we have to pick that up. And so PR-3 is going to take that car out west to Reading. And that's also got to go on track 2. Also for track 2 is Pennsylvania Railroad 255226, a loaded Emma cement car that was loaded recently and set off from the last session on the Emma Local. That's going on the PR-3. Then we have MRT 202490. That's an empty car. And an empty box car is going to go to Hummel Furniture, and that's going to go on the local on EM1 for track 1. So we have a lot of organizing to do. So let's get started with the organization, and we're going to see some trains coming through. So let's get started. The first move we need to do is bring this REA baggage car to the interchange track. This will be picked up by the industrial on its way to Reading. For Monday, Emma, Pennsylvania is quite busy. It is September, and so a lot of the parents are out shopping, getting prepared for the children to go back to school. You can find everything on the main strip in Emma, from the courthouse all the way to a florist. We have everything here in the small town of Pennsylvania. We uncouple from the baggage car. Now it's time to go organize the cars for the Emma Local. On the Penn-Reading Industrial Division, we like to feature a lot of Easter eggs. And this one includes the Milwaukee Racine and Troy, which has a boxcar that comes about once a week to the railroad. It is famous from its model railroader layout and fictional railroad that many folks have come to know. We empty out track 3 so that way we have space for our loaded coal cars that will go on the Emma branch line. Our depressed flat car has a load that came from the roundhouse. It has a few broken parts that need to be replaced. It will be sent down to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for repairs. This little old horse of an S2 can really pull a lot of cars. We cleaned out the yard completely, and now it's time to sort out our cars for the Emma branch line, the Emma local, and for PR3. We sit out the Emma local cars on track 1. Next is to reorganize some of the cars for PR3. We set out a block of cars on track 1. This empty water car is going to go on train PR3. That was a little bit of a hard joint. Hopefully management didn't catch that. Bumping cars and kicking cars is actually a very common thing to do in this rail yard. We sit out the loaded gondola on track 2. The coal cars will go on track 3, and these are the coal cars that will head to the Emma branch line. As we continue switching, the industrial approaches Vine Street Station from the east. It is not often we see a VO1000. Looks like the change of veneer on the Penn-Reading Industrial Division. The brand new locomotive will detach itself from its train to pick up the baggage car to put it on the head end. Like clockwork, the train heads to Reading, Pennsylvania. We continue organizing our tracks for the next couple of trains. The depressed flat car and the gondola will go on the head end. Soon after the Emma local is ready for the day, H10 number 8104 will do the honors. The old horse will hold the lead to wait for our yard switcher to build its train. Per our safety rules, we need to put those oil cars about 4 cars behind the locomotive. So there is some organizing that we have to do. Once our buffer cars are behind the locomotive, we need to pick up our caboose. Cabin number 477172 is a Pennsylvania Railroad caboose. that is leased to the Penn-Reading Industrial Division. It isn't until the 1950s where the PRID has its own cabooses for its trains. After we finish our work, the Emma Local heads west towards the Emma Industrial District. Coming through Emma is PR21, the Junker. This is a loaded scrap train bound for Allentown via Bethlehem Steel. These trains run once a week or as needed. Scrap comes from New York City and New Jersey. It then gets melted to create steel, a very unique and impressive industry which I hope to model in the future. It's not often that J1 does the honors, but anything is possible on the PRID. As we continue switching, a thunder comes from underneath Vine Street overpass. PR-8, the spoiler, approaches the station. The old L1S will make a stop for coal under the coal trestle. To me, this is a very unique operation where coal is dumped on the main line. The coal trestle was scratch built by Johnny Quest Customs. Coal is transported on the fictional Emma branch line once a week. Soon the spoiler heads to Philadelphia. The fruit comes from out west in California through the fruit markets in the East Coast. It is very common to see western rolling stock on this train. As the spoiler exits around the curve, we get word that the tower has lined up PR3 to come into the yard. Soon PR3 arrives with I-1A number 4372. It has been a busy day for this crew. They were told that the office kitchen is serving meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and seasonal apple pie. We tie down our motor in the service track to end our day. You can see the Vine Street yard job can be a fun and challenging position on the railroad. If you love strategy and puzzles, then this is the job for you. If you enjoy the content being created, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know in the comments below if you love operations as much as I do. We will see you next time on the Penn-Reading Industrial Division. Take care.